Okay, how's that? Can you guys hear me? Sorry, it seems that my other microphone was not working. Um, Looks like it's working now. I don't know what the go is. Can everybody hear me? I don't have anything muted. Hang on. My chat is behind my monitor and I can't see it. I'm going to have to change this. There we go. Okay, you can hear. It's not very loud though. All right, let me work on that. I've got to remember that the mouse moves differently. All right, let me have a look here. How's that? Is that a bit better? It's not very loud. I'm not quite sure what the problem with the mic is, you guys. You can hear? Okay, cool. Alrighty. Productivity stream. It is. It's a productivity stream. I hope you can hear me well enough and you can see me well enough. We've got a couple of things to talk about today. So one of the things is Bendigo is really soon. So I'm going into chaos mode, all right, guys? So everything I do over the next few weeks is going to be all about productivity. So one thing I really wanted to point out for next week's live dye session, there will be a live dye session, but it will not be from your pictures. It will be just stock for Bendigo. So and I will be, going from there. I just put headphones in that's louder. That's good. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Leanne. So one of the things is that I'll probably start from the start because I just realized something that you guys couldn't hear what I was saying before because I feel like, I don't want to repeat myself. Okay, so today is a productivity stream, so welcome. And one of the problems that we're going to be having is it's very windy here today. So our internet could be chopping in and out. I'm watching the levels here. They're okay for now, but that could change really soon. It's very, very windy. I'm not sure if you can hear the trees scraping thing. It does say fibrific inspo. I can't change that right now, Abs. And I will fix that. Thank you. It's got a total typo. But yeah, so we're not going to be doing a dye stream. We're going to be dyeing next week, but we're not going to be doing fibrific inspo next week. So yeah, so we're definitely having all these productivity streams. So today, as per the title of this video, we're going to be talking about the mini skeins again. So I've got more to twist, but also about how I go about choosing what's going to go into the mini packs and things like that. So the first thing we need to do is get some more skeins twisted, which we'll do shortly. I've got quite a pile just here. We've got some beautiful colours. We've got Scarlet Witch, Blurple, and it's lots of stuff. So lots of colors, I should say, lots of colors. Andrew and I have been going hard. In the last 2 days we've dyed over 70 skeins of yarn, so they all need twisting as well, but today I'm going to focus mostly on the minis. But one thing I wanted to show you, which I am so proud of, if you follow me on social media, you already know about this. You totally already know about this, and that is my rain brioche hat. I loved working on this. And one thing I didn't know about brioche, which I'm sure you all knew, but brioche is one of those things that I thought, oh yeah, it's pretty, but I just assumed, like a lot of color work, that it would be quite firm, but it is so stretchy. It's so stretchy, and I am so happy with it. We're not going to look too closely at my decreases. That's it. That's all you get to see. Because they could have been tighter, and that's a learning thing for me. This is my first brioche. Also, I have all my ends still to weave in, so that's a job for me tonight at Caffeinated Crafters. All right, so am I putting this on today? Did you guys want to see it on a head? So let me know in the chat if you want me to try it on. So let me know. Game Widow says brioche is very warm too. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having it for Bendigo. Honestly, these colours, they are just so cute. Someone asked, I think it might have been Kim, was wondering why I didn't have any blurple in my hat, and that's because my hair will be dyed more purple. Like, it's quite faded to blue right at the moment, but I'm going to be dyeing it purple again in the next week or so. So I didn't want too much of the blurply kind of look, plus, the hat. So lots of tried ons. Maddie tried to steal Kim's cow. So there we go. It's on my head. It's really super comfy and warm. Look, I'm gonna have to search my dad's car when he leaves because he's totally like he was wearing it around last night like this. He was like just walking around the house like, oh yeah, I could totally wear this. And I'm just looking at him like, what? So, but yeah, it's I love it. I just love it. I don't have the best head for hats. I like to have a bit of hair out if I can. Um, but my hair feels funny today. So anyway, that's my hat. And the thing I really loved about the hat, it is really warm for a start. I had to take it off because it's so warm. But one of the things I absolutely love about this hat was that it was addictive because you just want to get to the next color and to the next color. And I only used like 10 to 12 grams of each color. So, I'm blown away, except for the grey. The grey I used about 30, 40 grams. So, like everything else was like, it's a scrap hat. It's totally a scrap hat, which I just love. Like, it doesn't look like it's a scrap hat. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm a bit in love with this hat. Yeah, it's a fantastic fit, and it's just that it's nice and big, so that when I'm down in Bendigo, I can pull it over my ears, and so yeah. Odd but nice says just driving home now, not far. Love the hat. Oh, thank you. You be careful driving home. Hey, Nip Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. I should just call you Granny D, right? Like, I really should just not start at the start. But thank you. Um, Kim says, I'm thinking super bright red for my hair for Benny. Go for it. I'll be blurple and you are red. I'm not quite sure what colour Andrea's going to go. Andrea's looking forward to dyeing her hair for Bendigo, though. We're all going a bit cray. Leanne saying, kit, poop, I can't knit. Leanne, I've contacted the designer to find out if I'm allowed to do a kit or not. I only sent her the message this morning, so if she says it's okay, I will definitely put some kits together for it. But if she does not okay it, I won't be. So I really do respect the designer's rights, because without her amazing design, there'd be no hat. Honestly, I'm not a designer. I can do techniques. So I might put together a little pattern that shows how to do a technique. But for some reason, I can't visualize like designers do. So, yeah. Kim says, speaking of blurful, it's totally a real color now. Maddie pointed out a car the other day and said, hey, that's blurful. That's brilliant. I love that. That's so good. That's just so good. That's fantastic, actually. But it is. It's totally a color. It's totally a color. So yeah. So like this was my project basket. I'm just going to move the pattern. This was my project basket. These are the leftovers. So the leftovers are pretty intense. So, cow, something. Leanne says, oh, yes, I understand the designer has to come. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I saw I was looking for a pattern to do in Andromeda because I wanted a hat, right? And I was looking, because you guys saw the post I popped out on Instagram. I was like, hey, should I use these colors or these colors? And then I was sort of getting a few patterns through, and I was having a look at them, and I was like, oh, I really needed something that I could concentrate on. And because when my brain's in Bendigo mode, I just become so hyper focused, and I needed something to take my focus away so I could rest, if that makes sense. So this was my resting project, and it's finished. So now I need another resting project. But anyway, I think I'm going to make a cowl that matches, or at least in one of the brighter colors to contrast a little. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, so yeah. So if the kits are available, who would be interested in a kit? Let me know in the chat. So if the kits become a thing, that's a big if, you guys, if they become a thing. So I'm going to change over to the other camera angles so that you can see my spinning wheel. I've got my traditional. I've got my Spinolution hopper here. I realized last week I did not tell you what it was called. Spinolution hopper. It's got I put a different hook on it. So it normally comes with just a little tiny cup hook there. This is a coat hanger head. It's absolutely a coat hanger head. You know the wooden coat hangers? I just unscrewed its head, screwed it into the spinning wheel. It did no damage. It actually was the perfect size. It just screwed straight in where the other one went. So I don't feel like I have ruined my spinning wheel. I just can just switch out the hook. Um, Lindsay says a kit would be great. Seems like the perfect project for learning a new technique. Lindsay, that's how I felt about this hat project because I'd never done brioche before. I had tried a two-color cast on, which I failed miserably at. This has a single color cast on. So I found that it just made things just that dash easier for me. And then it just explained things really clearly. So I really enjoyed it. The whole process, actually. Even the decreases at the top. I ended up having to put a lifeline in because I got to like the second round of decreases and realized that they weren't lining up. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I realized I was reading the pattern wrong. So, that was on me. That wasn't the pattern. Kim says you should totally do a curl, just add some repeats so it fits your neck and then do the same pattern. Best thing is you won't need to do decreases. Absolutely, that's exactly what I'm thinking. No decreases. Alrighty, so we've got I'm going to start skein mini skeins while we chat. So who have we got in the chat today, actually? We've got Leanne, Kathy, Kim, Gamer Widows, who's going to be heading out early because it's birthday stuff. I saw that earlier. We can all have rain brioche hats. I think that would be awesome if we could all have rain brioche hats. I've got a microphone cord in the way here. I don't even know if this microphone's working, but I don't want to, mess it up just in case. Alrighty. Oh, nope, I did not throw it on the ground. I thought for a second there I just threw something on the ground. Oh, I don't have scissors. I'm not organized, you guys. I am not organized. I need some scissors. Hang on. I think there's some in this basket. I just have to reach back. There we go. Scissors. Mel is here listening while working. Thanks, Mel. Hope you don't get in trouble for listening while you're at work. I'd hate to find out that people were getting in trouble because they were hanging out with me when they should have been concentrating. No one's a surgeon, right? So I was talking to Andrea while we were dyeing up these minis this week. And we were talking about, the different ways that we make the minis and we come up with the colors and why I do more minis in different colors and things like that. So we've got Pretty Lake. That camera does not show how pretty Lake is. You guys have seen Lake, right? You know how gorgeous, beautiful teal it is, right? So I've got an obsession, you guys. It is Peter McKinnon, basically. I love photography and photographers and just being able to see through their eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like being able to, they see an image, they take a photo of it, but then they change it to be what they want it to be, like with color correcting or editing or whatever. And I don't know. I just love how they do that. It's another one of those things that I really wish I was good at, and I'm getting better at photography. But so I watch. It's like anything. Like we want to get better at knitting and crochet. We watch knitters and crocheters on YouTube and things like that to learn. I do the same thing with YouTube education, with photographers, videographers, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I love Peter McKinnon, and I love how the colors that he chooses. And there's this particular video he's recently put out called The Bucket Shot. It's a fun video. You totally should watch it. It's not too long, and it's all about how he just desperately wants this particular photo and how he travels halfway across the country to get it. And it's of the Moraine Lake, which is a big lake in Canada. He's Canadian. Is the Moraine Lake in Canada? I could be wrong. Anyway, he's Canadian. He wants his bucket shot of the Moraine Lake. So he wants it where all the snow is on the mountains, but the lake is clear and there's no fog. So the beautiful clear teal of the lake. Anyway, so I'm obsessed with this photo. I love it. I love the colors, everything. So I decided that I'm going to do a Moraine Lake colorway. So of the minis, and that's one of the things I come up with the minis is I'll look at a photo and be like, oh my god, look at the colors in that. So we've got the lake, we've got we made Moraine, but I don't think I made any minis in Moraine. So Moraine is double strength. It's like a really dark teal. It's beautiful. Then we've also got this guy. It's gonna just blow out. That's terrible. All right. So it's a speckle of the teal, a little bit of silvery grey, on here. So I'm going to do that in some minis as well, pop that into the kit. So yeah, and then we're going to have some grey. We've got mist, koala. Oops, I just fell on the floor. Mist and koala, which is the two greys. I've got some teal. Anyway, I'll show you how it's all going to sit out later. And look at that, I did do Moran minis. There they are over there. They're hiding. They're hiding from me. So we've got the lake, and we've got the Moran, which is a double, like a darker strength version. But I'll get some photos of it on Instagram as well. So yeah, so many pretty colours. So many pretty colours. Sorry, Sally's got a question. I have a question about blocking and giving your projects a bath. I've seen people give them bubble baths and wondering if the bubbles are really necessary. Sally, the bubbles themselves aren't necessary, but one of the reasons that we block and we wash is we all have oils in our skin. And if you use, like you don't just wash it in warm water, you wash it in some sort of surfactant. So whether it's delicate wash or wool wash or whatever, some of them bubble, some of them don't. Some people like make it bubble. You don't need to make it bubble as long as the stuff is in the water. Yeah, it's awesome. Game Winners, if you're in the western suburbs of Melbourne, you're welcome to join me. I wish I could. You can have cake with Chantel tonight for me. We would totally have cake in your honour, and I'll take a happy snap for Instagram for you, Game Widows. But yeah, so you definitely need to be washing the oils out of from your skin that will be definitely in your project. So, because that's the catch. Like, we handle it so much, you can't think for a second, oh, my hands are so clean. No one's hands are that clean, and not for those lengths of time. And even if you're working in gloves the whole time, which some people do, you're still going to have, what have I done here? You're still going to have your natural oils and dust and all sorts, just stuff. Air is just not clean in here, in the world. We don't have pure oxygen. We've got dust, we've got mites, we've got all sorts of things. So if you're a germaphobe, don't listen to that. Good morning, Rowan's Impressions. So yeah, so we're just making minis, or trying to, without cutting them up and destroying them. That's my goal today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am wearing my socks. I realised I missed a prime opportunity to wear hair knit socks last time, and by wearing just my sports socks. So today I made a conscious effort to go and dig out my one and only pair of hand knit socks. I had to steal them from Abby, because technically they're her hand knit socks, not mine. And so yeah, so I probably should make myself some more pairs of socks. I have lots of socks, singular. I make one and get bored. Where are we? Plus, if it's commercial yarn, it'll have the coating on the yarn that you want to remove. Absolutely. Hi, Freaky Geek. Plus all the smoke from everyone putting fires on at the moment. Oh my gosh, absolutely. They are Abby's socks, absolutely. Kim has a kit that she still hasn't used. That's so funny. Kim, someone might want to buy that kit off you, because I don't make them anymore, not that kit. Not with 14 5-gram mini skeins of ball ply. I don't know what I was thinking when I just came up with that. I must be unwell. What's Freaky Geek missed? Freaky Geek, you missed us talking about my new hat and me showing it. Kim's hoarding it. Oh my gosh. Been wearing hand knit socks almost every day for the last couple of weeks. Oh, that's awesome. I have to tell you something. I was walking around getting everything ready thinking, oh my gosh, it's so windy and cold, but why am I so hot? So yeah, I didn't realize it was because I was wearing my woolly slippers on top of my socks, walking around because I didn't want to get my socks dirty. There we go. That's the little 4 one. Are socks a good beginner knit project? I think anything that you really want to make is a good beginner knit project, because your determination to finish it will be more important. Now, these particular socks, the rainbow socks, that I've got a step-by-step video tutorial. They were one of the first things that Andrea ever knit, so she learned on socks. Because these are quite a simple little sock pattern. There's no stitches to pick up. There's nothing scary. Um, yeah, so it depends. You need to just find something that you love and that you really, really want, and that will give you more momentum to get it done. Yeah. Kim says the rainbow socks are a good project because there is a series of videos explaining everything. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not really a fan of the whole beginner project um, sort of thing. Like, I had a friend who was just this phenomenal crocheter, and one of her first projects was Solomon's knots because she wanted to make it. And that's what it boils down to. If you don't like the look of something and you're just doing it like a sampler scarf, I can't think of anything more boring personally. But some people are in the school of thought that says you need to make a scarf first. The thought of knitting a scarf gives me hives. I'm not going to knit a scarf. I knit cows, I knit shawls. But yeah. Sally says her first project was a hat. That's great. A nice thick DK hat. You'll You'll learn lots of great little techniques. You'll learn how to cast on, the importance of a stretchy cast on. You'll learn how to knit. If you're doing it in the round, you won't learn how to purl because you won't need to unless there's some stitch stuff in the pattern. And you'll learn how to decrease and how to finish off. And that's a good few things to start with, And that's the thing. Find something that you just really want, like something that you want to wear or something that you just love, and do it in a yarn that you like. Don't go with the whole, oh, I just bought this cheap yarn just in case I don't like knitting. And you're just like, oh my God, what if you don't like knitting that? What if it's the yarn that puts you off knitting forever? Like, I knew a girl that didn't knit because she tried knitting years and years ago and hated the yarn and it felt horrible. So she just put all wool into this basket of it feels horrible. And then one day, what was she knitting with? I don't know, but it was squishy. She found squishy yarn and just was like, oh my God, I've been missing out for years. So find yourself a yarn in a color that you like, in a feel that you like, in a handle that you like, and find a pattern that you'll wear and go from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The advantage of YouTube, you guys, is if you get stuck, you can search for the instructions. So, I mean, and I did that with this hat. There was this decrease. It's across 5 stitches to get that decrease on each round. You've got to go across 5 sets of stitches. So I found a YouTube video that showed me how to do it because I didn't know how to do it. So, because it's my first brioche project. So, there's so many videos out there and if one video sort of isn't clear or doesn't make sense, just keep looking till you find one that does. Like, that's the thing. Got a bit of fluff on this yarn. We've had 3 shipments into Fibrific this morning already. I don't know if I'm expecting any others now. I'm just trying to think. I am actually got a new clover shipment coming, but that won't be for a couple of days, I don't think. So, one shipment was a restock of the undyed in Andromeda. So we've got another 3 kilos of that sitting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have just some packaging stuff, bit boring. And then we also had, which I'm very excited about, and nearly ran late for the live stream because I totally wanted to play with it. We have our badge maker. So I know that our amazing Gamer Widows can make the cute little badges, and I love that, and I'll still be getting Gamer Widows to make our little badges. But I wanted big badges, so I bought a 58mm button badge making machine. So in my spare time, I will be playing with that. So I can learn how to do it. I'm sure I'll murder a few to start with. It's the learning process, right? So my button maker came with the gear to make 500 badges. So I've got some leeway, So I'm going to be making us up some awesome Fiberifian name badges. Jacob's already put in a design for it, which I love. So I've just got to print them out and have a go. And I really want to have them ready for Bendigo and before Bendigo as well, so I can pop some up on the website just in case. For those of us that aren't going to Bendigo. So what do you guys think? Do you like the idea of having some nice big badges? They'll be cute. Hang on a sec. You do spend so much time handling the yarn that you have to like how it feels, and it's not something you'll wear after you've finished, and it's a waste of money, no matter how cheap the yarn was. I agree, Jackie. A waste of money and a waste of your time. Sally said the hat I did was spiral because I'm a lefty. My spirals went the opposite way. The designer said to me that I should learn how to knit the right way. I just thought, yeah, nah, that's rude is what that was. That's just rude. Joss Kirk, why are you late? I hope you're not going to be working late tonight, Joss, because tonight's Caffeinated Crafters, and I am keen. I really want to go to Caffeinated Crafters tonight. So those of you local to Brisbane, you can come down to the coffee club at Browns Plains Village Square. It's the one not in the shopping centre. We're there from about 6 p.m. onwards. We just have fun. Kim's name is Spanner. Okay. Tell me you have a circle punch for the printouts. I don't, but I've got a thing. They sent me a thing. It's a round cutter thing. But yeah, I really want that'll be my next purchase is that circle punch, because that was one of the things in all the videos I watched everyone talking about was like the importance of these punches. And I was like, well, I don't have one, but to get started, it's okay. I don't always get the best of everything to get started. We'll work out if I enjoy it or not, or if I just de-stash it. Like, who wants to buy this button making machine? Because I've decided it's Satan. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I enjoy the process before I go purchasing any more sort of things for it. But yeah, otherwise it's a lot of work cutting everything out. I've been watching lots of awesome videos on how to make badges. Pay Abby to do them. No, I'm not paying Abby to do anything. She does nothing to help. Game Widow says that thing sucks. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, Game Widows. Actually, I'm just going to twist this one and get it out of the way. So this is a large one. It's not a mini, but it will be coming minis. So sometimes I pre-skein the minis before I dye. Sometimes I don't. So I'm not going to do any trimming yet because I want to get this one back onto the Swift. But I do just want it out of the way because I keep patting it. It's one of those yarns that I want to keep for myself and make something really cute with, because I'm just in love. It's these colors, you guys. It's the colors of the Moran Lake. It's the white snow, the rocks, the water. Ugh, delicious. Anyway, put that over there. Stop touching it. Stop touching it, Chantel. Kim's going to be at Crafters. Woohoo! So in the future, I'll get a message asking me if I want another badge. There's a possibility, Gamer Widows. There is a possibility. I may just go, nope, I'm out. But I may enjoy it. Like, I really enjoy screen printing. Like, you know, and that's it. That was fiddly. And I'm looking forward to my next run. I'm going to make some more bags up for Bendigo. And I want to make some other things that may have arrived. Oh, come on, where's the big 4 one? There it is. Yeah, so I had some other things arrive that I want to screen print as well. So we'll see if I get it done in time for Bendigo. I just want to focus on getting some yarn done and things like that, and getting little kits packaged up. And if I've got time, then I'll play. It's kind of like my motivation. It's like, Chantel, dye all the things. Andrea, we need to dye more things so that I've got time to play with my new toys. That's totally the motivation, you guys. Andrea is in the chat, and Andrea's mum is here. Andrea is late. We might have to fire Andrea. Who votes we fire Andrea for being late to live chat? Andrea's coming to Caffeinated Crafters tonight, and she's bringing her special guest, which is her mom. Hey, Shirley. I hope you're watching too. Andrea helped me dye all of these this week, Shirley, because you're awesome and look after the kids so she could come over and work even in the holidays. Because we don't normally work during the holidays. Like, I work, but I don't normally dye, except for these holidays. Yeah, Andrea, you missed us talking about my hat. I showed it and put it on my head and everything. That's such a nifty little machine. It is. It's just a spinning wheel that's just had the hook changed. That's all I've done. I just literally changed the hook to be bigger to take the skeins of yarn. Because, at the end of the day, a spinning wheel is just a fancy twisting machine. It's what it does. It adds twist to your fibers, which gives them their strength. I don't have one down this end. I'll have to bring this one up. There we go. That's close enough. Hang on, guys. Sorry. It is a bit awkward holding a conversation while I'm doing this, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. We'll get some minis ready to kit up in a second. But yeah, so, having a look online and looking at, some people make amazing color palettes is another way that I get inspiration. Pippin Poppycock makes the most amazing color palettes. So if you go and have a look on her website and then check out her color palettes, just the colors she puts together, sometimes I sit there thinking, I would never have thought to put those colors together. She's just got this amazing eye. And so I utilize other people's eyes as well. Because the other thing is, sometimes I put together color packs that I wouldn't use, but other people would and would love. And so being able to do that and being able to be inspired by other people's taste, it's really important. What have we got here? Hello, everybody. Kathleen has been missing in the group. Oh my gosh. Why have you been missing, Kathleen? Kim's stocking up on Jim Beam. Sheila's gone to Dan Murphy's. That's funny. We might need a bigger table, do you think? Kim says maybe just dock her pay. You kind of need her right now. That's actually that's very valid. That's a very valid point. Andrea says, I'm not having green hair. I was thinking of a vibrant purple. You love my socks. Thank you, Andrea. I can't believe Jim Beam went up in flames. What now? What happened to Jim Beam? I missed something, did I? I posted a link in the... Oh, thank you, Game of Widows. L'Oreal says that her twisted changeables just arrived. I don't even know what to do with myself. You need to cast on, L'Oreal. You need to get some tips and tighten them and cast on. Hey, Tammy Everton, welcome to the chat. Yeah, that's what you need to do. All right, I've got the greens. I need some koala. This is a new grey that we've put together. So when we did these rainbow socks, we had some colours. Now, the problem being I'd no longer use that particular dye, and the other greys and blacks that I have are all very different. So that was that dye was a purple-based grey, and now I have a... This one is still technically a purple grey space. This one being the one I'm holding in my lap that you can't see. This one's technically a purple-based grey as well, but it's slightly different. And there's green-based greys and brown-based green-based blacks, brown-based blacks, purple-based blacks, and they all hue slightly differently. And so it is one of those things where while I had these colors, they were similar. I can't do them exactly the same. So the fog, The fog, the overcast, and the storm, I can't really do the same. Now, the storm I've gotten pretty close, so I'm happy enough to call that good. Just, have it as a different batch number sort of thing. But with the overcast and the fog, I just haven't been able to quite get them. So I've had to rename some of my greys just so that people who've got them in their stash aren't like, hey, why is this called the same thing, sort of thing. And that's a tricky thing, is when you change suppliers or something like that, trying to decide whether or not to go with a similar name or something different. So anyway, instead of calling this overcast, this one is koala. That's where I was going with that. That whole conversation was around the fact that this yarn is called koala instead of overcast. It's also not quite as dark as overcast. Overcast is what I've got on my feet here, and this is a bit lighter. Not heaps lighter, believe it or not, but a bit. So we've got mist, mist, koala, storm. We even have sarsaparilla, which is on a brown-based black that I have. I've got some here just off camera in my hand. Hang on, I'll get it. I've only got it in the 100 gram at the moment, and it's not available for another couple of weeks because it was a Mystery Lace Club colour. So that's the catch, as well as sometimes if I come up with these colours during Mystery Lace Club, they are exclusive to Mystery Lace Club for a while. This is why I make sure that my 4 point is right at the end, because otherwise you end up with a hinky little bundle of nerve bits right in the middle. I don't like that, so I have to fix it. You remember how last week we were talking about how much of a control freak I am? Guess what? I am. So pull that up. That's going to be in the right spot now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. For some reason it feels like I've over twisted this one, but I counted it. There we go. It was just all tumbled into one area. There we go. Bundle of nerves, not in the middle of the skein now. Let me have a look here in the chat. That happened a couple of years ago. Did it happen again? Oh. See you tonight, Kim. Have fun today. Cooper could work. My hairdresser has an amazing eye for colour, so let her make the decision. Yeah, I let my hairdresser choose. Actually, I just walk in and go, I want something different. Yay! It won't affect stock. I think, oh, okay, fair enough. So many lovely neutrals. Yeah, look, you know what? I love a good bright rainbow, says the lady wearing rainbow socks who just knitted herself a rainbow hat. But the other thing you'll notice is my rainbows are normally broken up with a colour. I don't like them to be all bright. I like it to tone it a little. So I've got the grey for my socks, and I've got some dark grey, that's actually storm, on my hat. So, I like to tone it with the greys. So neutrals are great to tone things and to bring things into like a warmth setting. Like if you've got like a cool rainbow and you can make it warmer by popping in a nice sort of warm grey, or which I know is a misnomer, but there are warm greys. You can pop in like a warm grey, or you could even pop in like a nice beige or coffee colour, which I will show you in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5. Man, I've done it again. My little thing must be moving while I'm not looking when I'm talking to you guys. That's all right. I can bear with it up there. I can tuck it away. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Poke away the ends. You guys didn't see that, did you? No. Oh, I'm sorry about your kitty, Kathleen. And I'm glad you could make it tonight. Just have some time for yourself. Well, Andrea, it would technically mean whilst the spanner is away you could play, except Kim is not the only spanner wielder. We have quite a few mods in the chat today. We've got Sally, Kim. We've also got Jackie's popping in and out. So, you guys can't be naughty. Someone will get you. So, yeah, Kim's not the only moderator. She's just the naughtiest. That's all. She's just the naughtiest moderator. We need to make Kim a badge that says naughtiest moderator. Look at me like coming up with badge ideas. Naughtiest moderator. What is wrong with his? Let's go on Hinky. We might have to reskein this one. Let's see if we can fix it up without having to pop it back on a Swift. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? That's a silly camera angle. I might just... There we go. So I'm just basically putting it under tension to try and get it to even out. And look at that, it did. It's all evened out. I'll just double check that it's not just in the other section. Nope. So sometimes just a little bit of, arm work will make it so you don't have to actually reskein the entire skein. Oh, look, there we go. I can see what I keep doing there. It slides it up. And I want a little doobie what's it up here because I keep one and ditch the other two. We're nearly through this little bundle of grey. So most of the colours I just have 4 of. Because I make 4 pack, like my packs and minis have 6 colours in them, or they will do this year. And we'll go from there. Hang on a second, I've got a message. I just got a message from Andrea. Let's just say it's naughty. Tent and win. I don't know what that means. Kim is the best. And I'm so glad she wasn't here to hear you say that, Simone, because we just wouldn't be able to fit her in the mod room if she got that feeling. Like, Kim is awesome. I agree. Actually, all my mods are awesome, but Kim is super awesome because she's making my blinglets for me so that I can continue to breathe, which is great. Speaking of which, I need to see if she's got some ready for me to bag. So yeah, Kim is brilliant and she's so giving and kind, and I actually find that all of you guys who come into these chats are just awesome. I'm in a happy mood of making pretty yarn pretty. And you guys are all awesome. It's like I've been drinking. Everybody's awesome. But I have not been drinking. Well, coffee. I still don't know what Kenton means. 25 gram minis? Yes, they are. They're all 25 gram minis. Now, I wanted to show you, now that I've finished what's on my lap. So this is the sarsaparilla. I'm not sure if you can see. It's definitely got a brown hue to it. It's like a very dark brown. Whereas some of my other greys, no, I don't have any here that are dark enough to show it. They've definitely got the purple hue to it. So, and there's nothing bad, there's nothing right or wrong, they're just different. So, and then I was talking about other neutrals, and there's a nice coffee coloured neutral, which looks great with so many things. So we've got our coffee neutral, right? And it still looks fantastic with the teal, which this camera just doesn't show this teal properly. It makes me so sad. Actually, I really struggle to get good photos. I've got great photos on my website of this teal. So if you go to thefiberfic.com.au and look at Lake, it's just about spot on the website. So, and I get so frustrated because I'm like, oh my God, these colors. Oh, goody, getting to the I love you stage, Ellie. Yeah. I know you are just bagging. What? Yeah, Kim. Okay, I get it. It's all good. Oops, bye-bye little thing. So one of the things I do when I'm skeining all of these yarns, when I'm putting on the I don't think you can, there you go, that's better. When I'm putting on the, what's this called? Removable cable tie. When I'm just doing a standard 100, I just have it like this. But when I'm doing minis, I pop a little ring onto it, just so I can tell at a glance when they're hanging which ones are the minis and which ones aren't. Just so it's just it's just that little bit quicker for me to be able to work out what I'm doing. So this morning I ran through the drying rack because we dyed like 70 skeins yesterday, like 70 batches of 100 grams. Not yesterday, but over the last 2 days. And so I could run through and just grab the ones with all the little tabs to do our minis. Oops, I've got 2 here. So, but yeah, and it's just, I don't know, I've been trying to find ways to speed up production, make things that just that bit more sort of clear while I'm working, so that we've got time for things like making buttons and screen printing bags, all these new jobs I want to do. Like, because I'm not busy enough already at this time of the year, and I want to screen print more bags, and I want to, you know, make buttons and badges and, you know, that stuff. Oops, hang on. Just have to fix that. There we go. It's my little view thing to make sure that my stream hasn't crashed and burned, and I'm just sitting here talking to myself because that's happened. I've been sitting here for ages just chatting away, only to notice that you guys were like, the house is on fire, we can't see anything. Oh, speaking of the house on fire, last night at midnight when I finished my hat, and I'm trying to get my beanie photos up on Instagram. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just kept coming up with cannot post picture, cannot post picture. And I'm thinking, oh my God, has something happened? Have I been naughty on Instagram somehow without realizing it? Have I been banned? And I was just like, like I tried for 20 minutes to get a photo up on Instagram and it just did not work. And I'm just like, oh man. And then I checked the outages site, and then I noticed that people are starting to post that Instagram was out. So I was like, okay, I can go to bed. And then I got up this morning and it was still out. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, how long is Instagram out for the entire night? Which is the whole day for you guys in the US. So I was just like, oh man, but it started working again. So I was just like, I've just put it over on Twitter. That's not out because our Fiberific has a Twitter following as well. My Twitter feed's a bit different than the rest of my sort of social medias. Twitter is where I sort of talk more techie stuff, if that makes sense. I still talk yarn. I still show photos there sometimes. But it's a different feed. So if you want something slightly different, then go and follow me over on Fiberific on Twitter. There was a post this morning about a stall in the Woolcraft section being available. Was tempted until I realised I don't have the hours in the day to make the stock I need to fill it. Wow, I didn't realise there was going to be any spare stalls. We were told like a couple of months ago it had sold out. Maybe someone had to pull out at the last minute. That's a shame. I hope someone fills it. Do you know where in the Woolcraft section it is? Woolcraft section, for those of you that don't know, is the section of the Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show that I exhibit in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like it's an area where you have to make part of your stock. You have to be able to prove that you make it. So I hand dye the yarn. That's pretty much proof there. Last minute cancellation. That's such a shame. Facebook was having problems showing pictures today. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company. So it was Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp that were all struggling with pictures and posts. So yeah, it's just one of those, things. We're onto some, this is the mist grey. So I'm talking about a great colour you can't see. So this is mist. And here we go for contrast, that's koala. So it's just a couple of tones lighter than koala. Love mist. It's probably the most popular colour in the Leo 2 mohair silk. And the thing I love about some of the things I've been seeing with the mohair silk is people put like their mohair silk in their sort of like neutrals, like in their beiges and then their soft pinks and things like that, and then hold it with a brighter colour, and you just end up with the nice neutral like buzz. I love it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry guys, I do have to count it. I can't just go, oh yeah, that feels right. I'm sorry, it has to be counted. Oh, you like my socks? Thank you, Kathleen. These are the rainbow socks that we did. I'm thinking it's a couple of years ago now, with the video tutorials and the kits that we had. I can't believe it's been that long. But anyway, this is them. Abby apparently has grown out of them now. Apparently they're too small. So I'm like, oh, that's horrible. You can give them to me. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kathleen sorry. We're getting quite a nice little tower of yarn here. Time flies when you're having fun. It does. I was blessed with a friend's unseen yarn stash. My mind was blown. I posted a pic of that. What? I've missed part of that. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Behind Widows. Oh, yeah, you definitely qualify, like, in a heartbeat. Don't even worry about that. Like, you just got to make, even just, because, I mean, I still sell Chow Goo there, and Nancy's Knickknacks and other tools for yarn crafters. But I also have my, handmade thing, which is my yarn. So, yeah. And so you don't just have to have the handmade thing. But I think as long as it helps, like, yarn crafters, like, I think it's good. I think call it good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that the ladies who organise where the stalls go and things like that, they try to make it so that, you've only got one spindle maker in each sort of room. You've only got 1 or 2 dyers, or actually with the dyers it's a bit different. But, they try to make it so that each shed's got like a selection, and I think that's really cool. I don't know how they've gone with that this year. And I know some people get upset because they want to be in a particular shed, but they can't be because they basically have the exact stuff of someone else who's already in the shed. Whoop, nearly cut the wrong thing. Oh, that would have been horrible. And I know that I'm in the flower shed, and there is a lot of people who want to be in the flower shed. I don't blame you. The flower shed is the party shed. What is your favorite dye? As in dye company or dye color? But at the moment, for dye company, I would have to say Jacquard's. I really like the Jacquard's dyes. Dharma's pretty good. I like some of the colours from landscapes, but I definitely prefer the finer powders from the Dharmas. There's so much in the bags. Oh, guys, I'm up to blurple. Whoop. There'll be a particular smoky batch of Jim Beam in the future. That's hilarious. Yes, there will. And what was I watching? I was watching something where a distillery collapsed. This was a while ago. I watched it like slowly fall down on YouTube. There was a time lapse video. I think it was in Scotland or Ireland or something. I don't know what I've done here. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess of spaghettis. Like, seriously, I've got 3, 4 ties on these skeins, and it's like, where is this skein? I found it. It's all good. Look, I'm here. I'm good. That's the 2. Or is it? Hang on. I've got to find a 4. 2, 2, 4. There we go. I know, you guys. I'm totally off the charts with how particular I am with these. Don't worry. I do understand. I'm like, the 4 must go down the bottom. They must be twisted 15 times. I do understand how weird it is. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. You should see this pile I've got building up beside me here. It's unbelievable. I'll get a photo later and I'll pop it over on Instagram, but holy wow, it's amazing. Oh dear. All right, let's have a look. Because this is like, look at this. It's all messy. Let's make it less messy. Get off the hook. I love that I do semi-solid yarns. Like I was talking to someone about it the other day. I think it might have been Andrea. We were talking about how so many dyers like love the speckles and love the sort of multicolored yarns and things like that. And not that I'm bagging those guys at all, because that's totally a talent. But I don't know. I do like a plain color. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy dyeing speckles and multicolor yarns, but I just like working with a nice semi-solid. Like plain flat colors, not as much. Um, if I've got a choice between a plain flat color and a semi-solid, I'll take the semi-solid any day. What is going on here? How did that even happen? I don't even know what's happened here. Hang on a second. These two skeins are joined. That's right, they're unjoined now. But yeah, I really like working in these colors. And I remember one year at Bendigo, I was really surprised by, I'd sort of walked around and there were so many people selling these amazing colors in their sock yarns. And they were just glorious. Don't get me wrong. They're just beautiful, beautiful speckles, beautiful sort of short stripes, all these kinds of gorgeous things. But I had a really big year for yarn. It was probably my biggest year for yarn. And I was like, okay. And I talked to someone on the Sunday who I knew like well enough to ask the question because I felt weird. I'm like, seriously, what are you doing buying this yarn? There's all this gorgeous yarn over there. Like, and they're like, no, I've got some of that, but I like a bit of this, but I want these sort of semi-solids to mix in with it, because I just kept noticing people were coming over with like one or two skeins matching them with all the semi-solids. I was really blown away. And it's just really sort of given me the resolve just to keep coming up with new semi-solid colors as well. And while, yes, I definitely do also come up with speckles, which you'll see some more of later. I've got another pile of yarn. Can you see it behind me? Yeah, there's a pile of yarn sort of just on the edge of the camera there. It just looks dark, but it's all hanging, and they're all full skeins waiting to be. Man, this is manky. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save this one. That goes over there. I might come in under the camera a bit more so you can see what I'm working on here. I have to twist this one. There we go. So you can see what I'm doing, because I've got it's bad. Oh, look. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, no. And it's fixed already. Hang on a second. Nearly fixed. There we go. There's a loose loop. But yeah, I just really love a semi-solid. That's all. That's where I was getting at with that. Who else in the chat loves a semi-solid? There we go. Odd But Nice loves a semi. Tamantha loves a semi-solid. Tamantha, your order from Chow Goo has come in, so it's ready for you to pick it up at Bendigo. So I've got the pre-orders open for people who want to pre-order things at Bendigo to pick up, and the first shipment's already arrived, so I'm pretty happy about that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The tracking for the next shipping says probably about a week or thereabouts. We'll see. They sometimes surprise me. Yarn magic. It is yarn magic. I've got some more blurples to do, because I had 0 blurples left in the minis, which we can't have that. And we have a slight problem with Scarlet Witch, you guys. This is the last Scarlet Witch that I've got, because it uses 4 different red dyes to make it, and I'm out of one. And I'm not going to be able to get it in time for Bendigo. Like, I've ordered it, but it definitely won't be here in time. So, it's a bit sad, but I've just, sometimes we just have to accept these things. I didn't realize how low that color was until I went to dye the last batch. I was just like, oh, there was just enough for this last batch that I did here. So this is like, oh my gosh, that's horrifying that I let it get so low. So I ordered in extras of some of my other standard colors too, just in case. Oh, nearly caught the wrong thing. Don't cut the skein. What is that blue? This is blurple. It is like a bluey purple. It is in your pack, honey. Your yarn is on its way. So But Nice was one of the amazing people who pre-ordered a Charlotte's Dream blanket kit. Joss is working away feverishly to get the blanket finished for me, which I'm both happy and sad about at the same time. I really wanted to make it, but I also really, really wanted it done in time for Bendigo, and I realized that I wasn't going to have time to do it justice. Like, I would have been able to finish it, but it would have been meh, you know. And what's the point of meh, really? Whereas if I just bit the bullet and asked Joss, or one of you guys, but Joss is local, so ask Joss if she would mind helping me out, and she was just like, no problems, absolutely. And she's just going great guns. If you guys want to see Joss's progress, she is Jo Mackey on Instagram, JOMAKI. I've been trying to reshare as many photos as I sort of remember to, but I don't always remember. Darn camera, making it not look how it's supposed to look. It looks like a dark cobalt. It does. A bit, yeah. It's probably a good way to describe Blurple, actually. Joss is a machine. She is. She's just cranking it out. So awesome. It's definitely going to be ready to put on display at Bendigo, which is great. One year, Josh should actually enter some items into the Bendigo show. I think we should all enter items into the Woolcraft area of the Bendigo show. We should work on that for next year, I reckon, you guys. Have a big old fiberific showing. I might even talk to the show people about sponsoring a section. What do you guys think about that idea? I don't actually sponsor any show sections. So, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. I donate prizes, but I don't actually sponsor a section. So maybe I should. Joss is hoping to finish it this weekend. Holy cow, Joss! You are legend. Freaky Geek, I've just realised I've got top chat on, guys. Sorry, I'm moving it to live chat. Freaky Geek says that Scarlet Witch will be ready for Christmas. Yes, it will. Absolutely. I'll have Scarlet Witch ready for Christmas. Because it looks amazing. Scarlet Witch and was it Scarlet Witch and Poison Ivy would look amazing for Christmas colours. They're just, I can see both of them just out of the reach. I can't quite reach them. I'll have to get up. I'll do it in a sec. But they would look so cool as Christmas colours. And knowing that it's Scarlet Witch and Poison Ivy, that would be even more special, I reckon. Like super villain chicks. Well, technically Scarlet Witch ended up becoming sort of a villain, right? Like in the comics, she kind of lost her mind and gets a bit evil. Poison Ivy is just bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, totally crossing the streams on the comic book. Go the DC, go the Marvel. Who was it? Andrea. I was telling Andrea yesterday you can't have it both ways. You've got to choose one. Whoops. All right, I'm rolling over here. Okay. Poison Ivy, which again does not show up properly on the camera. That looks rubbish there. Less rubbish there, but it's darker than what's here. Definitely darker. And then with Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch shows up all right. Let me tell you that right now. That looks good. But anyway, that looks better in real life. I'll have to take a photo for Instagram so you guys can see. I don't think Slimer works quite so well as a Christmas green. Oh my gosh, totally blown out there. Slimer does not work as a Christmas green. But that could be fun too. Slimer from Ghostbusters. Oops, come out a little taggy bit. Now we're going to twist some Scarlet Witch. We're nearly done with all the minis here. That's our 4. Come back here, little hook. There we go. So do you guys start your Christmas knitting early, or are you like me and like go, oh, it's December, I might knit something for Christmas? Have voice drink getting croaky, yeah. My voice is a bit weird at the moment. But parents bought you a bottle of Moscato. Which one? Love Moscato. That's the last. We had a wine emergency at our house. Turns out that where we were storing our wine was getting too hot, and so most of our wine has gone bad. So we had to tip it down the sink. So I had to tip out like 15 bottles of wine, which was very sad. Let me tell you that right now. There were only 2 bottles that were safe, and it was because they hadn't made it into storage yet. They were just sitting in their little box in front of the area. And so, hey, hi, Pip and Poppycock. I was just talking about you before and your mood boards for your yarn, and I may have looked at them to pick some colorways to do minis. There's one, it made me think of macarons. Was it pictures of macarons? It could have been pictures of macarons, you know. And I realized that I had most of those colors. And so I dyed up some extras to make sure I had enough. That totally slid right up there, didn't it? There we go. Move this one up. So yeah, we were talking about how to go and check out your website to look at your mood boards for color inspiration ideas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a gorgeous finch, which this red and the blurple and lots of colours. They look fantastic. I'll have to get some photos of what I was looking at and send it to you, Pippin. Oh, someone sent me a friend request on vibrate. My phone just made bad noises. 1, 2, 4. There we go. Get in the thing. There we go. Trim off the others without cutting through the skein. Oh. And we were talking about how I get my inspiration from other photos and photographers. 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. And sometimes just from stuff. Like, I've got some beautiful plants and stuff in my garden. And sometimes I look at those and just go, oh my gosh. Are they your rainbow socks? Yes, they are. They're my rainbow socks. Weep. I kidnapped them back from Abby, who is apparently grown out of them now. What a shame. I feel terrible. And so now they're mine again. I got socks. I got socks of rainbow to go with my rainbow beanie that I made. I'll show my rainbow beanie again in a sec. I've just finished off this one. Come on, little red thing. Come on, little red thing. I nearly had a heart attack then. I thought I hit the... When will they be back in stock? My rainbow socks are not coming back in stock, not the kids. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to work late so I can have the 4th of July off. That's awesome. It's 4th of July here for us now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't really have any intention of doing the rainbow socks again. I don't have access to a lot of the same colors, like to make those colorways up. Some of them I can. Like I can do up, I can do the lipstick, which I'm still doing. And I don't know. I have to have a look, but I don't have that same dye company anymore. I don't use them all. Game Widow's birthday is tomorrow. Game Widows, is your birthday the 5th of July? Because that's my dad's birthday. My dad's birthday is tomorrow, guys. We are planning for funness. And then Tim and Abby are off to the snow on Saturday. My dad's off to his friend's house on Saturday. So I've got the house to myself for a week in my final week of Bendigo preparation. So I'll be able to just demolish the house and fill it with bags and boxes and just walk around and fill everything up. And It'd be great. um, Wait a minute, Joss. This is your second Charlotte stream. It is. Joss did the beautiful sheepies, scapies, however they want to say their name one, which is what inspired me to give the pattern a go. And then I drooled and fell in love and then made the kit. So the kit is actually Joss's fault, just so everybody knows. The blanket kit is Joss's fault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. So those of you that are getting the blanket kit, you can actually thank Joss. This is the last little pile of minis that I've got here. There's only 3 more left to go. Where are we at time-wise? 11:15. That took a tad longer than I had anticipated. Sorry, guys. Annie, every time I see your name, I have the Smooth Criminal song in my head. Is that normal? You guys are stalking your postmans? Totally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't seem to track it on my end. I'm going to talk to the post office about it and find out what's going on. I've been having some problems with the tracking numbers for the international parcels, and I was talking to the staff at the Australia Post when I was lodging your parcels the other day, and I told them about it, and they were like, "That's really weird. You should totally be getting tracking on these because of the kind of, the options that we've chosen. We've paid for tracking." So yeah, I'm in the USA for now, just a tracking site, but yes. Someone's popped a comment onto the chat here. What brand and blue color of dye powder did you use? Is that for the Blurple? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the Blurple, like most of my colors aren't a single thing. There's like the Blurple uses 3 different colors. There is no, it's a recipe and I don't share my recipes. But I did use Jacquard dyes. You're more than welcome to experiment for yourselves. I share a lot of dye information when I'm dyeing. Oh man, this one is so cactus. Look at this. Yeah, I share a lot of information for my dyeing videos and what we're doing. But the one thing I don't share is my actual recipes for my regular colors. Just because I feel like I kind of need to keep something for myself, which sounds a little selfish, I'm sure. But, it was a lot of trial and error for me to find the recipe of the Blurple that I was happy with. So, but yeah, I totally use Jacquard dyes, and it's 3 different colors that I've used. With this red, there's actually 4 different colors that I've used to get the red that I like, because I'm fussy. Yeah, so, wow, Leaning Tower of Yarn minis just here. I'm just going to grab a photo. Hang on, I'm just grabbing a photo for the gram, guys. I won't post it yet. I'll just get the pic now. Camera. There we go. Got that. Was that sad? That was sad, rather. Hang on, I've got to go back to my video here. There we go. It's not selfish. You've done the hard work. Thank you, Game Widows. Doesn't sound selfish. It's protecting your business. It's in Brisbane as of yesterday. I believe it's getting on a plane. Really? So you guys can see the tracking, but I can't. I'm going to have another look this morning. And it should already be in the US. That's not fair. And what's weird, Annie and Odd But Nice, I lodged your parcels at the same time in the same store. So if one's over in the US already and one's still that's just left Brisbane, that's weird, right? Anyway, and thank you guys, because I do sometimes feel weird about like not sharing particular things. I do feel that it's a bit odd. Now I'm going to move over to a different camera angle because I want to move this camera, and I don't want to make everybody sick, all right? So bring that over here. I'm going to move us to the chatting head camera so that I can bring this one across. There we go. So you can see the disgusting mess. That's my desk. Yeah. I'm just going to grab some more colours. Actually, what I'll do is I'll show you the disgusting mess. It's the desk. Go over here. No, back onto this screen. There we go. And because I need to line it all up as best I can so that you guys can see what I'm working on. So here I'll clear and we can pack minis in there. So let's make some space. Let's make some space, guys, because I just shove things out of view and I forget that at some stage I'm going to have to share this. If I hadn't been able to track it, I would have messaged you. Oh, that's great. Oh, but nice. Because what's weird is as of yesterday, I was still getting that it's just initiated, which to me, like which on this end means that it hasn't been lodged yet. So, you know, it's weird. Game Winner said, same thing happened with my charm orders. Some take a fast plane and arrive within a week. Some are literally on a slow boat from China and take a month or more. Oh, gosh. No, we paid for like 3-day posts. They should be there fast. Anyway, let's clean some of this mess up so that we can package some minis here. All right. I'm just going to dump it on the other table now. Oh gosh, don't do that song, Chantel, because you'll get in trouble. You'll get in trouble. All right. I'm literally dumping it on the table behind me. Okay, all my little ends out of the way. Okay. What have we got? Can we bring it a bit more over? No. Oh, don't do that. That was bad. Okay. Move the coffee out of the way. And all the microphone stuff can go over here. And that can go there. Alrighty. Are we flickering? We are. I don't know why it's flickering. I'm going to get a bit more light in here for us. It might be struggling with light. There we go. Okay, now I know you can't see the lake differentials properly. Where is a good spot? Here is a good spot. It's just on this, on my beautiful, big, massive mouse pad. And then we've got Moran, we've got Koala. And then, so this one here, oh, I can't, I don't put everything. Oh gosh. Game Widows is off to lunch. All those colours look awesome together. Don't they look fantastic? The Blurple definitely has more of a bluey purple look to it than just the straight up blue that you guys can see. So let me see if I can, there we go. No, it still looks very bright blue, but it's definitely got a purple underhue to it. So what do I want to do here? I'm just going to grab some of the other colours that I already done. So I just need to take my microphone off for a second. Okay. I've got a big armload of stuff here. Alrighty, so we've got more colours to choose with, right? And this is how they will eventually be all packaged. So this one here is missing one colour, and it is missing its natural. This angle is terrible. I can't really do much about it though. I wish all of those colours were coming to me, but only 2 of them are. Actually, quite a few of them are. Let me think. What have you got? You've got your blanket. So you are getting lipstick. This one, that one, this one, this one, that one, this one, that one. I mean, you're getting 12 colours, lots of colours. So yeah. Anyway, it's not all the colours. Okay, so I'm just trying to work out the best way to show this to you guys because of the angles I've got. Because the camera's still fixed. I'll see if I can. Okay, guys, I'm going to try and wiggle it up a little just to try and give us a bit more. So I'm just going to move for a second. I just wanted to get it a dash closer so I've got a bit more control over it. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I was loosening it rather than tightening it, I think. There we go. All right. There we go. Now we've got a bit more angle of over the actual table. So this is here. Alrighty. So these are going to be the mini pack. There's going to be 6 colours, right? Sorry about all the movement. Pink. Oh, pink packages on the mic. Thank you. Sorry, Sally. Whoops. Hang on. I've got to grab one more thing. I actually grabbed 2 things. So one of the things is some of the pinks are going to have a natural undyed colour popped in here. Okay, so this particular package will have Hot Joss, Pink Lemonade, Coconut Ice Blush and Natural. But Andrew and I also dyed up this gorgeous speckle. It's just natural with a really soft, just pink speckle on it. I'll pop the microphone back on. So some of them will have the speckles, some of them will have the natural. So I've got to break this 100 gram down to skeins. Will we be able to buy the mini packs on your website after Bendigo? Yes, absolutely. But just before Bendigo, I'm not going to be adding all new stock just because I'm horrible. Blanket and Bendigo talk. I'm quite sure. Oh, 2 Arctic Wolves is working out what they've missed. Sorry. Oh, and I'm sorry about the mic thing, guys. I totally forgot. So some of them will be getting speckles. Some of them won't be. That is really blown out, isn't it? That's terrible. Anyway, I can't do much about it right now. So I'll hold it up to here for you to be able to see. So that's what that's going to be in this pack here. And this is how they're all going to be packaged up. So you'll have your 6 mini skeins. There's only 5 in this one at the moment, I know. A little blurb on what the yarn is and the price and the colours. So what do you think? Do you like that? So I'll move this one to the side. And then we've got the other pink pack that is nearly done. It's going to have speckles. That one's going to have speckles and natural, but one less of the darks, if that makes sense. Now, one of the other things that we did, sorry, this camera's on an angle now. One of the other things that we did, we had a little bit of fun with speckles. Like, while I'm talking about how much I love semi-solids, I still love speckles. And so we played with more speckles. So here we go. I'll see if you can see. It's not white, so it won't blow out as much. Some of the sections are a bit paler, so it may still, But yeah, this is another one that we had to go of. So yeah, those little packs, 150 grams, will be 45 Australian dollars in the 6 colours. So then there'll be this one. That's just going to be a speckle skein, I think. I don't think I'm going to worry about packing it into something, but we just had fun, so I had to show you. Now, I'm getting onto the skein. I didn't bring it in. Oh, bugger. So on this particular set, because if those of you that went and had a look at the video that I was talking about, my brain just stopped. Sorry. Those of you that earlier I was talking about how I was really inspired by the photo by Peter McKinnon, the Moraine Lake video. So if you go and have a look at that, this is the color pack that I'm working on in those colors. So it's the Moran, which I've called this color. There's Lake, Koala, Mists. That's 4 colors. Plus there's also a paler version, like there's the third part of this gradient here. And then I'm going to go down to a natural on here, or I'm tossing up between going the natural or going for that speckle. So hang on a second. Oops. Or going for this speckle here. So I'm like, hang on. Let me just make it so that you can see them all together with one hand. Oh, it's very hard. It's a bit dark. Anyway, I'll grab some photos and show you on Insta. But that's where I'm working at for that particular set. So that one's nearly all done up. There's some colours inside that weren't as minis. The bucket shot Andrea's popped in, so that's what we're looking at here. Now, one of the other ones that I really like the look of was, hang on, I've got to find, I took a photo of it. So bear with while I find it. Gallery. There we go. So it was yellow, pink, latte, grey, lake, and then it had a natural as well. I don't have any of the natural minis inside. So this was how this one is. But it's also going to have natural, so it's a really nice soft pack of colour. Oh, dropped on. Hang on, I caught it with the microphone. It might be easier if I just go like this. I've got a bigger screen to hold things up. You guys can't really see very well off the other camera anyway. So if I just, and then we add in the natural to this. Oh, hello, big old cord. Add in the natural to that pack. It's a bit hard to see. Sorry, guys. So there's that pack, which I really love the look of. Then there was grey, brown, pink. That's that one. Then there's this pack here, which I love as well, which is the grey, the latte, lake, pink, and we went a bit crazy and went with the cuther. And I'm still tossing up what the next colour should be. So what do you think? Love the speckle? Yeah, I love the speckle. Not the speckle that's mine. I love that. And then there was another one, because there's so many, guys. There's so many that I'm going to be putting together, hopefully. I've still got to remember to do I've got to bulk some natural. And there was another colour that I wanted to do. What did I do? I don't know. Anyway, we have lake, then agave, joss, violet, no, lipstick, violetish, mist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and natural. Of course, the natural that I don't have. So we've got agave, lake, lipstick, violetish, mist, and then the natural as well. So that'll be another pack. So we've got some neutrals and some brights and some soft blues. So I really like the look of that one. But most of these, the inspirations were from like mood boards that I found. And especially I think this one and the one with one of the first ones I showed, they were inspired by mood boards that I found on Pip and Poppycock's website under her mood boards. You should go and check those out. They're fantastic. And some of those I never thought to put together at all. I didn't, because I tried to put them together and then take photos. to remind me. So then there was another gorgeous one, which was the grey, also the mist, the agave, then coconut ice, blush. Oops, my hand's too small. And then natural. And I was tossing up what to put in for the 6th on that one, whether or not to go like, lake or something else. I don't know. I was tossing up. I don't know. That one only had 5. So, there's some that I'm still struggling with to try and come to terms with what I'm going to do. But then I saw this beautiful one that was like a wild bird, like a wild finch. And so I was thinking like these sorts of colors. Which is just really, really bright. There was another, I think it was Tiff as well. So it's sort of these sorts of colors. But again, stuck on 5, can't get to that 6th color. So I'm still trying to work out how to get to the 6 on some of them, because I like 6. 6 is a good amount. 6 gives you 150 grams, which means you can totally make something. Because at the end of the day, what is the point if you can't make a thing, So we've got so many minis to package up, you guys. So many. This isn't even all of them. This is a selection of all of the colors, I think. I mean, it's still Slimer over here. Slimer needs a mini. Slimer needs a mini. How does Slimer look in this little pack of brightness? Jewel tones. So I think Slimer washes out the pack. I don't think Slimer works in there. What do you think? Do you think Slimer works in that pack? Oh, actually, it's growing on me, It is definitely growing on me. I'm just going to grab a little photo of that so I don't forget. Sorry, guys. This is works in progress, people. This is what happens. There we go. Bam. Photo done. Soulstone or sherbet? I do have Soulstone here. I don't have any minis in the sherbet at the moment. I love the last one very much. What about adding a bright mint or Slimer works? Yep, Slimer works for sure. So I think I definitely have that one in. I like that one as a nice bright pack. It's also very gender non-specific, because I've realized, being a girl, I'm more free with my colors, and I know some men don't like pinks and purples, and I know that's being a little broad strokey, but I've talked to some men about some of the packs that I've chosen, and they're like, oh, can you use a different color than the pink? They're okay. They seem to be okay with this purple, and they're okay with like the really pale pink, but when you start getting more to like the Joss pink, they shy away, which I understand. Mum says we need a bright orange. We do need a bright orange. I need to make some sherbet orange in the minis, because I used it all and sent it off to the blanket kit ladies. So we need to dye some sherbet orange, which will look great as a mini. I'm just thinking, I've got a skein here. Hang on. I'm just trying to get it. There we go. We've got sherbet orange, but not as a mini. I don't think it works with this particular color palette. Maybe it does. What do you think? Can you see all the colors? I got little hands, guys. I'm trying to hold like 40,000 skeins. It's not working. There we go. What do you think? Obviously, it looks a bit odd with the sherbet orange being a big skein. But the green is totally hidden. There we go. I'm very bad at this. I know. And maybe add sarsaparilla to the last one. Oh, yeah, some nice dark. Gloom them out. Because we've also got gloom, which is another color, which is still inside drying, which is another dark color, sort of, not as dark as sarsaparilla, but also not a brown base. So if I minus the dark green, that would work. Okay, I'll have to have a look. I'll take some photos and have a squiz. But yeah, we've got so many choices, right? Like, I'm so excited. And the other thing that I'll be doing is I've made the packaging already, because I'm very clever, which is I'll be packing up some sock kit. So a colour and then a contrast for the heels and toes. I mean, I've just grabbed 2 here. This probably wouldn't be what I put together. And then package them together. Upside down, Miss Jane. There we go. Get away from the little tag of doom. Ruin my plan. There we go. Beep, 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 beep. Fiberific packs. Start a pick your pack. I am excited. I love this is my favorite part, right? So I love dyeing, don't get me wrong, but I especially love putting colors together. It's like the bit I love. Like when I was doing this hat, oops, just move those out of the way so I do not lose them. When I was making the hat, right, I was messing around with skeins left, right, and center. And when I put these skeins together, I was just like, So what they are is Storm, Slimer, Tiff, Violetish, Dandelion, and Pink Lemonade. So I was just like, oh, you totally dig the coral and the grey? Yeah. I'm a bit of a fan myself. But then I like grey with everything. So that's a problem that I have as well. It's like, I'm going to put my hat back on. Is I like grey with everything. So, and not everybody does. Some people don't like grey at all. I love grey. You'd wear that sock? Oh, awesome. Well, I might even just pull these aside and plan to pop them together. Sherbet orange and koala. I shall pull them aside so that I can have a play with them later. Where we go. To me, grey or white goes with everything. Absolutely. You are making a theme song for your business. What theme song am I making for my business? Like everything with grey. Everything looks good with grey. That's my business as a yarn dyer. Everything looks good with grey. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need coffee. You guys, I know we've totally gone over time, and don't even worry because I know. But we're doing stuff, Okay, and that's the thing. Like, this is the bit I'm super passionate about is colour. And it's putting colours together and playing with the colours and working out what will look good. And sometimes some of the weirdest colour combinations just work. And it's not until I've got a big table over behind me and I clear it off of everything and I just totally like spread them all out and put them in, for all the different things. I didn't want to mention it, but everything looks good with grey. That I've got grey with everything because I like grey. Do you know what else looks good with grey? Red. Red looks good with grey. Red looks good with dark grey, with light grey. Where's the koala grey gone? With koala grey. Like, look at that. How good does that look? It looks great. Everything looks good with grey. Oh, you were singing. Oh, was I? Whoops. I didn't know I was. What was I singing? I didn't even realize I was singing. Sorry. That happens. Poor Andrea's worked it out. And like I like these colours. Like they're just sitting here. And I just like these together. I think they look fantastic. Anyway, bias. I'll have to watch the replay. Well, I might have to go in and get rid of that because it could be like totally against. Have you made a black cherry colorway? No, I haven't. I don't think so. I haven't done like a dark color with like red speckles or anything. I tried it, kind of failed, so it wasn't good. Samantha says, I really struggle putting colors together. That's why most of my projects are either monochromatic or the yarns themselves are colored. And like that's one of the big things. I was singing Fiberific. Was I? I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I don't even remember. I don't remember doing it. But anyway, I love color, and I get excited, and so music and me, I like music. So yeah, it's just fun, and so I get very excited. I get a bit hyperactive in this section, in this phase, which is why like last weekend I was really methodical. I wrote dye lists. I got the packaging sorted, so that I had time to do this, to sit and play with all the colors and make mini packs and sock packs and, you know, stuff. And now I love that set you just held up. Me too. Me too. It's definitely on the list of things that are going to become a thing. I might just quickly grab a photo before I forget. So there we go. Move those out of the way. I'll double check that that's what I held up. I'll quickly look in the camera. I'll look in the replay. But in the meantime, bam, photo done. Because I'll go through and I'll try to make quite a few packs. I'm literally smiling back at you tonight, Chantal. I'm loving seeing you so excited. Oh, thank you, Annie. Because this is the thing. This is what makes me excited. This is what makes the days of hanging over the dye pots and Andrea got to watch how excited I get when I'm playing with color when I'm making a new color. I'm like, oh my god, let's put this in here, and Andrew just looks at me like, really? And I'm like, here it goes. You know, you guys have seen me in live streams when I'm dying. But yeah, like, so I like to have fun with colour. Good vibes all around. That's good. That's good. So yeah, so we've got lots of work to do. Your passion is showing. Whoops. We got lots of colours. There is, so we skeined up lots of mini skeins, but there is easily 60 odd skeins of yarn that still need twisting, like full skeins that need twisting and labelling. Most of them are the repeatable colours, which is good. We've got them in, oh, we did so many bases. So we've got them in Boots Lace, which is the 50/50 silk and BFL in the 800 meters. We've got them in Triangulum, which is the 50/50 wool tencel in the 600 meters. We've got them in the Pegasus, which is the 4-ply. Definitely will be, definitely got more DK coming. Actually, shipment arrived today to top up what I had. I only had a couple of kilos left, so I've got more, which is great. That black freaked me out yesterday. Okay, so this black story from yesterday is we were dyeing Storm, which is a really dark grey, and I was trying to explain to Andrea about the different bases of blacks, and sometimes you can see it really obviously and sometimes you can't. Because we were doing some pure silk, the lace weight, so like we would have two different things in a pot together, we would literally dip it into this black and it would come out like coffee coloured. It was coming out like this colour. And Andrea was just like, I'm like, just wait. It goes grey. Don't panic. It goes grey. And it was like after a few seconds under heat, you pull it back out and it was dark grey. Like, and it's science. Science was amazing. I needed your happy, Chantel. Thanks, sis. Oh, anytime. And you don't have to give it back. You can keep that bit. Light coral, dark coral, and darker grey set. Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking, what have I got there, koala? I've got more dark. I've got a grey in between this one and this one. There is grizzle. Grizzle's in between them. And I don't have any grizzle handy, I don't think. No, I've got no grizzle handy. I actually think I need to dye more grizzle. But yeah, so you're right. Like, and I like having the tones of like 2 or 3 tones of the same color, like what I'm doing with the lake and the moran and the greys. Like these. There's the other grey. I like having the tone shifts as well. Leanne says, sorry about quick bye. Everyone have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks, Leanne. Andrew says, I thought we ruined it. It was fascinating watching the yarn change colour. Sometimes you just have to wait, is the thing that I've learned, especially like the other one that does something weird is when you first put blurple in the pot, it just goes purple. And we don't want purple, we want a bluey purple. But different pigments get taken up at different temperatures. So, yeah, it's bizarre. It's all in the blanket kits, no shame. Yeah, lots of these colours are in the blanket kits. Oh, and all the grizzle is in the blanket kits, absolutely, because I had to ship out 350 grams for each of you in the grizzle. So that's right. I got more yarn. I got more dye. I'll make more. And he says hashtag me either. I love it. I can't wait for you guys to get your kits, honestly. I'm so excited to see how they look. I'm going to be doing more kit pre-orders at Bendigo, but they will be the $350. So these guys got their special discount. Bendigo, I was going to put it up on the website, but I'm just going to wait because reality is I can't ship anything out until after Bendigo, and then I would feel bad. So there'll be more kits available after Bendigo. I'm really hoping that I get the okay for this one. If I don't, that's okay. I'll do some 50-gram balls and people can put it together. Cinders loves my attitude. Thank you, Cinders. So yeah, so it's just $3.50. Very funny, Freaky. It is not. You can only even get one of these for $3.50. I'm sorry, dude. But yeah, there's just so much going on. That's really what's going on. I'm really enjoying our chat today, though. But I'm gonna have to go because I've got to take Abby to the dentist, and we've got caffeinated crafters tonight. The girl's gonna get to squish the hat for real. So yeah, so much stuff is going on. Lots of packs are gonna happen. They'll all start getting packed up because I'll try and ship some down to a friend down in Melbourne so who can bring them so that they're out of my sight so I don't, go, oh, I could make a thing. No more making things. Thing making time is over. Because that's where I'm at now. I'm playing with the colors and I'm like, oh, I could make a hat out of, what have I got in my hat? Violetish, pink lemonade, tiff, slimer, dandelion, with some storm intertwines. But anyway, good night, y'all, and have fun at the cafe. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a really good time. So I will see you all next week. We're going to have a dye session, but it won't be Fibrific Inspo, even though this is spelt incorrectly here. Ignore that. So yeah, we're definitely going to have fun. We're going to have fun dyeing, making more yarn, probably do some speckles next week. You could send that yarn my way. It's over 100 degrees, but the other thing I wanted to say is for all of you who are in the US, happy Independence Day for tomorrow. It's 4th of July for us here, but I know it's 4th of July for you tomorrow. I hope that you all have a fantastic time celebrating and getting time with your families and friends, and just really, I don't know, acknowledging what countries have to go through to get independence, because not every country in the world has independence. So on that note, I will talk to you all next week. Catch me on Instagram. There'll be stuff coming through constantly. Lots and lots of yarn pictures is what's going to be hitting Instagram over the next week or so. So make sure you follow me over there, Fibrific, on all the social medias, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.